Hello students, welcome to my mini education series. Today let's discuss about research paradigms. Let's try to simplify these words. What is a research? What is a paradigm? And next let's try to apply these words in research. So first let's discuss what is meant by a paradigm. So paradigms are general framework of viewpoints, literally points from which to view. Right? So that means what? Someone has given you a theme or a worldview or an ideology or a mindset to look. Right? Now what does this dictionary says about a paradigm? A model of something or a very clear and typical example of something. Right? In simple word, if you say what is a paradigm, it's a philosophical or theoretical framework. That means someone has told you, you look at your life like this. Or someone has given you a theory, you do like this. So basically, what is a paradigm? It's a framework or a viewpoint, right? Or an ideology or a mindset, right? So then what is a research paradigm? So first, now we know about paradigm. Now let's talk about research. What is research? Research is an attempt to find a logical answer to a problem observed by a person in a more scientific way. That means someone is trying to solve a problem or trying to fill the knowledge gap in a scientific way. Right? According to Thomas Kuhn, a research paradigm may be defined as a set of common beliefs and agreements shared between scientists about how problems should be understood and addressed. Right? Basically, if you are saying paradigm is a theory or a framework, research means you are trying to solve a problem or to fill the knowledge gap in a scientific way. I hope you understood these two terms, right? Right. Now, before we go to these deep words and theories, now first let's see what you see in a research. Now, I think most of all the students have seen some people who are doing research, they are coming and giving you questionnaires to fill. Right? You have seen they are coming and interviewing you all. Right? So those are the techniques used. So what is that word called? The method of research, right? So if you look at this picture, so this is iceberg. So this is the method is what you can see, but beneath that there are a lot of things. Right? So today's topic will be the philosophical foundation of research. So this part in this iceberg, this part will be our today's topic. There are some terms, ontology, epistemology. Now let's see what is that, right? So when you are trying to build a research, first you have the philosophical foundation of research. Then you have the theory stance, okay, theoretical stance. Then you have methodology. Methodology means what? Systematization. That means like whether it's a qualitative research or a quantitative research. Students, for now, you should understand these words and you should know there is a difference between method and methodology. For now, no. Methodology means whether it's a qualitative one or whether it's a quantitative one, right? So methods means like how you conduct the research. That means like interviews, questionnaires. We'll talk about it later. But today's scope is about philosophical foundation of research. Okay. Now let's see. Now you want to do a research. Now let's see the research design process. Right? Now you have a burning issue, burning problem. Now you have a curiosity. Right? So what is the purpose? Now you are first trying to build a research. Now initial means starting research questions are there, right? So with the starting initial research questions, you will, then next will be the paradigm, research paradigm. This is our today's lecture scope, right? Now for now, just know there is a word called ontology, there is a word called epistemology, and there is a word called methodology, right? Those things are called paradigms, right? So what is there to study? That is called the ontology, right? So how can we know about it? That is called epistemology. For now, just know these words. I will teach you one by one. Like, so first you had the initial research question, then you refine these research questions, right? Then you use these three terms, and you are how do you refine this? With these research paradigms, right? Then next the design, right? So that means how to generate data needed. That is called the method. I told you in the previous slide also. So methodology and method is different, right? So what is what comes under methodology? Whether it's a qualitative research or a quantitative research, what comes on the method? How do you conduct the research? Like that means like what are the interviews, questionnaires, observations? Those are things called. Then you have, after the method, you have to, now you have data. Now you need information from that data. Now you need to analyze the data. So turning data into evidence, right? Turning data into information. That means you need to validate your data, right? Now how do you validate your data? Sorry. So frequency analysis, thematic analysis, causal analysis. Likewise, you have the data analysis methods, right? So this is the research design process. Now you should have a basic idea of this research design process to understand what is research paradigm, right? All right. After doing all of these only, you write about the research, right? Okay. Now let's go and learn, dig deep, and let's learn about paradigm, right? Now in paradigm, there are two words, right? What are the two? Actually, there are more words, but here let's learn about three words, right? Ontology, methodology, and epistemology, right? Now let's talk about ontology. So first thing you should understand is, like, I know this term is not that much familiar with us. So ontology, right? Ontology means it's a branch of philosophy, right? It's a conception of reality or truth. Okay. So what exists? What does it consist of? Okay. What are the qualities of it? Okay. What's there to be found out? Right. Right. Don't worry. I will give you an example. Then you will understand what this slide again. Right. So what does the dictionary says about ontology? Okay. Particular theory about the nature of being or kind of things that have existence, right? So basically, what is ontology? It's a reality or truth, right? Now let's go with an example. Now pause this image for a while, okay, and think what it is in this image. Now think about what is there in this image, right? Now you can pause for a while and think about it, right? Okay. Now we can see, if most of the students will say this is the Jayashree Bodhi, right? Most of the students will say this is the Bo tree, this is the Jayashree Bodhi. Okay, that is one reality. Okay, that is one reality. Okay, another person will say this is a tree. Okay, that is another reality, right? So another person will say, so there is a trunk, there is leaves. Okay, so distinctive heart-shaped leaves are there. Okay, and another person will say, again they will talk about this scientific names, ficus religiosus. Okay, so then different type of ontology, so different type of realities. Now one person will see a tree, one person will see the religious aspect. Okay, Jai Sri Mahabodhi. Someone will talk about leaves. Okay, so one image can give multiple realities that we want to study, right? So, like, what's your ontological perception? You can give different answers, right? So, what is basically ontology means what? Ontology means reality, right? So, here, what are the different ontologies we saw? We saw a tree. Some people saw trees. Some people saw a religious perspective, a tree of awakening. Some people saw a bow tree, right? Some try to interpret as Sri Mahabodhi, right? So different perceptions will give you different answers, right? So different realities. Now I think you got an idea about what is this reality and all, right? Again, ontology means a branch of philosophy, right? Conception of reality. So what are the realities we saw here? A tree. We saw from the religious perspective, we saw Jai Sri Mahabodhi, right? So we saw a tree, we saw leaves, okay, some according to what you study. So what are there to be found? There was a tree to be found out. There was a Sri Mahabodhi to be found out. There were leaves to found out, right? So that is called ontology, right? I hope you got a small idea about ontology, right? Right. There are two approaches in ontology, right? Realism and relativism, right? First, know these terms, then I will put these into one graph and I will try to help you make sense of these words, right? So for now, just learn these terms, right? Okay, so realism, that comes under objectivism. So relativism comes under subjectivism. I hope this realism and relativism are two different opposing views, right? So I think you know this, what is objectivism and subjectivism. But don't worry, I will teach you, right? Realism means they say there is only one truth exists, right? It doesn't change, right? It's objective measures, right? It independent of human behavior and beliefs and theories. That is realism means only one theory is there, right? Only one truth is there, right? So ontological, if says there is no multiple theories, like only one truth is there. So relativism means multiple realities exist, shaped by the context. That means like it may be shaped by your culture, it may be shaped by your business, right? Truth evolves and change. Knowledge is subjective, right? Based on the experience of the individual interacting with the society, right? Don't worry, we'll learn more about these things, right? Objectivism, right? Objectivism means there is an object reality out there, we can go and find out, right? Objectivism is more like realism, which is accepting that things are as they appear, right? So that means there is only one single truth, okay? So world is real, science proceed examining and observing it. Facts are there, you need to do experiments, okay? Still I know you don't understand these words, but don't worry, listen to me, okay? Right? So now I will ask you a question. What is ontology now? You know, there were some realities or truth, right? In this example, we saw there is a tree. Some person with the perception, some said this is a tree. Some said with the religion perspective, some said this is Jai Sri Mahabodhi. So some person like with some other perceptions, ontological perceptions, they said like this is leaves. You can see a trunk, you can see leaves like that, right? So now under ontology there were two things, realism and relativism. Realism and relativism. Realism means always mostly like objectivism. Objectivism means like it doesn't change. even I do it, even you do it, that is same, right? So subjectivism means what? Like it depends on the person to person, right? So there may be truth, multiple realities, right? Okay, now let's talk with some examples, right? Realism means there is only one truth, that's it, right? You can do experiments and you can find out the facts, right? So relativism means subjective, from person to person it's different. So that means what is relativism? The world is not separable from our thinking, from our thoughts or cognition, right? Reality is creation of our consciousness and interpretations, right? So relativism means people will interpret things. Now, okay, now pause this video for a while and look at the first this picture. Okay, this is one famous 100-year-old picture. Like now you can see what is this picture, right? Some might see a duck. Okay, some might see a rabbit head. Okay, now pause and see. This is called optical illusion, some people call it, but I took this to explain you the relativism. Relativism means like thinking patterns, right? So now there you can see there is a rabbit here, rabbit eyes, and if you look at this rabbit face and the rabbit ears, right? Some might see this is as a duck, right? You can see duck eyes like this. If you can see a duck, okay, that is one example. Now you go to the second example. Now pause for a while and look at it. So there is a young lady. You might see a young lady. This is young lady's eyes. This may be young lady's nose, ears, okay, the hair, okay, and some might see an old lady. This is the old lady's nose. This is the old lady's mouth, okay, this is the old lady's chin, okay, likewise. So that is depending on the person, right? So relativism means subjective, right? Relativism comes under subjective, right? So that means how you interpret it, right? Some might say this is a rabbit, some might say this is a duck, some might say this is old lady, some might say this is a young lady. Understood? Okay, now we learned another. Now you go back, right? We learned something called philosophical foundation of research. Under philosophical foundation of research, we learned about ontology. Ontology means what again? Right, we were here, right? We learned about ontology. Ontology means what is there to study? What is there to study? Like under ontology, right? So ontology means like what is there to be found out. Yeah, I told you this example. There was a tree. There was religious context, Jayasri Bodhi. Okay, there were leaves. Likewise, that is ontology, right? Under there was realism versus relativism, right? Right. So realism means only one truth is there, right? That is objectives, right? Relativism, there is two or more, anything you can interpret, right? Like from your thinking, the word cannot separate from your thinking. Understood? Good. Right. Now next term is epistemology, right? Epistemology, right? What is epistemology, right? So basically this is a Greek word, right? Epistome means knowledge, okay, theory of knowledge. This is also again philosophy, right? Branch of philosophy. How do you know something, right? For example, now let's take the same example we know. How do we know that they are trees? Okay, how do you know that this is the tree of awakening? Right, Lord Buddha's tree of awakening. That's why we go and worship this tree, right? Understood? Now you can put this into like how to get the knowledge, right? That is called epistemology, right? Right. We studied about these two terms, right? What is ontology? What is epistemology? And then next one is methodology, right? Methodology means what? Whether it's qualitative or quantitative, right? Right. So now let's talk more about epistemology. Basically, epistemology means theory of knowledge, right? Basically, epistemology means knowledge, right? Right. Under epistemology, there are two terms, like positivism and interpretism, right? How you interpret something, right? Positivism, right? Positivism means, like, again, it's objectivism, right? Interpretation means subjective. That means some person can interpret. From person to person, interpretation may be differ, right? So positivism comes under quantitative data. Interpretivism comes under qualitative data. Now let's see what are these things. So don't worry, right? Positivism, observing the world in neutral way without distorting it with an act of observation. Then that means, again, you will not disturb it. There is only one reality, right? So positivism means only one reality. Interpretism means multiple realities, right? Again, one reality, multiple realities, right? When you talk about objectivism, always there is one reality, okay? Subjectivism means multiple realities, right? Right. So these are the two terms in epistemology. In the epistemology, we had positivism and interpretivism, right? In the there in the ontological, realism and relativism. In ontological, you had realism and relativism. In epistemology, what we had? Positivism and interpretism. Okay. Right. Now we have come to now there were some words and we knew something. Now let's put this into some sense. Let's make some sense now, right? So what is a research? Now you know, right? So why do you do research? I told you, to fill the knowledge gap or to solve a problem. To fill a knowledge gap or to solve a problem, right? To solve a problem, okay? So I told you what are the research philosophies. Under research philosophy, we had ontology, epistemology and methodology, right? What was the three things we had? Ontology, epistemology, methodology, right? What is ontology? What is there to be found out, right? There were two things, realism and relativism, right? So this side is always objectivism. That means only one reality is there, right? Here we have what? Here subjective, right? There is always interpretation and the multiple realities were there. So under ontology there were two terms, realism and relativism, right? And then under epistemology, positivism and interpretation, right? Or constructionism, right? You can construct your own reality, right? So methodology, how we can find out, like quantitative or qualitative, right? Quantitative means always, what is the meaning of quantitative? Like always statistics, some mathematics, like you are counting something, right? Quantitative, right? Qualitative means something quality, right? You are you are trying to qualitate some themes, right? Here maths, this is mathematics, right? So what you can do? So I told you there is a difference between methodology and method, right? So methodology always comes how you do the research, right? Quantitative method or qualitative method. So method means like experimental, surveys, statistical analysis, always maths part, okay? Only one reality. Maths means always one reality, no? So that is objectivism, right? You have experiments, surveys, statistical analysis. So these are the example for this, right? Now when you want to solve a problem, now you are thinking, why is this happening, right? Then you have to go with qualitative method, right? So you are going and interviewing diaries, ethnography, research, grounded theory. You are making new theories, so then you have to go with these things, right? So this part is always subjective. Remember this part always subjective. That means think about this rabbit and duck, old lady and the young lady. So that is this part, right? So ontological approach, relativism, interpretivism, so qualitative and so then what is there in the statistics, right? Statistical and mathematical things, quantitative, bro. So this is called, like, you are trying to fill in the knowledge gap, right? So this is called what? This is objectivism. This part, this side is called objectivism, this side is called subjectivism. I hope now you are making some sense, right? Now you understood what are these things, right? Now let's see what are the research methodologies. I told you methodologies and methods are different, right? So let's see famous research methodologies suited for positivist paradigm, right? What is positivism? Like in the epistemology, there is positivism, right? So under positivism, what are these things are there? Most famous example for this, what you do is survey research. Now you are trying to make a survey and you are trying to find out whether there is a relationship between X and Y. That is called survey research, right? Then you know about randomized control trial, right? Randomized control trial means you are trying to, like, now you know these days corona days, like people are trying to make new medicine, right? Now before you give it to people, you have to do randomized control trials, right? So that is one method. So always scientific method. And then quasi experimental methods, right? Experimental methods, right? So these are the basic, like here comes on the objective side, right? Objective side. So these are the research methodologies. Like this is not our scope for today. Our scope was to study about this, what research philosophies, right? Now here I have tried to make sense, right? That's why I have posted these things. So under positivist paradigm, these are the research methodologies, right? You can study these in the next lecture. Okay, so experimental methodology, so randomized control trials, surveys are there, right? Now let's see what is interpretivism, okay, paradigm. Like that means like subjective, right? So there is lot of things, okay? So what are these things? The most famous one, right? So there is something called case studies. Now you can do individual case studies, social case studies, likewise case studies are there, right? And then ground theory methodology, that means you are making new theories, right? Or constructing hypotheses, right? Then you have ethnography methodology. Ethnography means what? You are talking about people, culture, custom, habits, right? If you want to talk about habits of people, you have to go with the ethnographic methodology. That means like you are interpreting something, right? So case studies, okay, narrative inquiry methodology, learning about nature. What is this nature? Like action research. What is action research? That means you are trying to, when there is a problem, you are trying to find out the problem and you are putting these things into action, right? So these are the things. Now I think you have got some idea about these things, these words, right? I also couldn't understand these things first. So these are the references help me understand these things. I should thank these people. So you all also can take a look on these references and learn more, right? I hope you got an idea about what is this research philosophy, right? research philosophy, right? I will go back. Okay, so under this we studied about philosophical foundation of research. What is ontology, what is epistemology, what is methodology, right? So here again I will tell you that there is an initial research question, and you refine the research question by what? Why paradigms? By paradigms, right? So under paradigms there was ontology, methodology and epistemology, right? Then only it went into methods. What are the methods? Now I told you there is a difference between methodology and method, right? Methodology means qualitative or quantitative. Methods means how you generate data, maybe from an interview, maybe from a questionnaire, maybe from observation. Now next you go for a data analysis, right? So now you know. I hope now you got a basic idea. Before you start doing researches, you should understand this philosophy, right? Otherwise you will not succeed. Students, thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, please put those questions in the comment section.